Hey guys, Terence Steele here, filmmaker from Atlanta, Georgia. Thank you for joining me today. This is part 2 of my series, Guerilla Filmmaking, a producer's guide. Thank you for joining me. And today we're going to talk about pre-production, the pre-production stage. And this is after you've already gotten your script written and it's already been copywritten and you're ready to start getting the ball rolling as far as making your movie. Okay, so I've got 7 easy steps for you in pre-production to get your film rolling. All right, so step number 1 is you want to build your team. You want to figure out who are you going to have on your team, your videographer, what other camera people you're going to have, production assistants. You know, depending on the scale of your project, you want to figure out who the key people are going to be on your team. Then you want to contact those people and see, hey guys, you want to join me? You want to come help me make a movie here or what? All right, so that's step number 1. All right, step number 2, you want to write a proposal. Okay, you want to write a proposal for your project. Now I'm going to have a link below that gives you a sample of a proposal, but there are basically 2 types of proposals that you can write for your project. Okay, first you can have either an investment proposal, which is a proposal that you put together that is looking for investors who might want to invest in your movie. Okay, and by invest, that means you're going to have to pay them back, so don't forget that. All right, or you can write a sponsorship proposal, which in that case you're just going to be looking for sponsors for your movie. All right, and in that case you don't have to pay them back, but you want to try to give them some business somehow. All right, so this is step number 2, is writing your film proposal. Okay, step number 3 in the pre-production phase is fundraising. All right, you want to go ahead and start trying to raise funds for the movie, because as you know, movie making can be an expensive business. All right, now there are several different ways that you can try to raise funds. Of course, there is the crowdfunding platforms out there, Indiegogo, Kickstarter. Those are just a couple. But now keep in mind, when you're doing these campaigns, that they have to be planned out as well. You can't just say, hey, I want to do a Kickstarter project, I want to go ahead and do that tomorrow. It doesn't work like that. You're not going to raise any money. You want to think well in advance, plan it out, shoot a promo or whatever if you're doing a crowdfunding project. Or you can also look for investors, of course, because you have an investment proposal. So you're going to go around and look for investors if you're doing it that route. Now, when you're looking for investors, a lot of times people will start with their closest friends and family members, and that's definitely all good and well, okay? But you also want to try to find other investors, okay, besides just friends and family. And that's going to take a little more salesmanship on your part, okay? Or also there's another route. If you're doing the sponsorship proposal, of course, you're going to be looking for sponsors. And when you're looking for sponsors, you're going to go to local businesses, and you can also go to corporations. A lot of corporations have a submission page where you can actually basically ask them to be your sponsor, and they do sponsor certain projects. As you'll see, you know, sometimes you'll see a movie and it'll say sponsored by Coca-Cola or what have you. And the reason that is because Coca-Cola actually has a page where you can go to and say, submit your movie for them to sponsor it. All right, so keep that in mind when you're looking for sponsors. All right, and another way when you're raising funds in this stage, as far as raising funds, is you can look for grants. Okay, a lot of films get grants all the time. Now, a great resource for finding grants for your project is the Foundation Center. The Foundation Center is a nonprofit organization. They have an office here in Atlanta. They also have one in New York. I believe they have one in Los Angeles. I'm not sure, I can't think right now off the top of my head, but the Foundation Center is a great resource for you to look for grants. Step number 4, distribution. Yes, I did say distribution, and I know we're in pre-production, but this is kind of a mistake I've made in the past. Is like, you know, you make a movie and you just be all gung-ho about it, and then once it's done, you don't have anywhere to send it. And so you want to think about distribution in the pre-production phase. And so that way you already have a plan for how you're going to get your movie out there. All right. Now, as far as distribution goes, depends on what type of movie you're making. If you're doing like a documentary, like for instance, I'm doing a documentary right now, libraries are a great place for distribution. Okay. They like stuff like documentaries or informational type stuff. If you're doing a narrative, then you're going to have to take another more traditional route. You want to contact different TV stations or traditional distributors and start talking about distribution. Okay. And step number 5, casting. Okay. You want to go ahead and cast your movie. All right. You want to have a casting call. And when you do your casting call, you want to make sure that you record the casting call. When people come in and they act, when you do the cold read or whatnot, make sure you're recording it. You want to have your main key team members there, your videographer for sure. If you've got an assistant director, you probably want to have them there. If you have a producer, if you're not the producer, you want to have them there, but you want to have your main people there at the casting call. All right. And then you want to go ahead and cast your movie. So that's step number 5. Number 6, you want to go ahead and have a script reading with your cast. Okay. And usually you'll have that maybe within about 2 weeks to a month after you've already casted them. You go ahead and schedule a script reading. You all can sit around, have donuts, and make jokes, and then read the script. All right. See how everybody sounds and the feel that you're getting from them and their characters. And then, of course, you want to give them feedback on their characters. As the director, you want to, make sure you explain to them, your vision for the movie and your vision for their characters and how you would like certain lines to come off. So these are the type of things you want to think about when you're doing the script read. All right. So that's step number 6. And then step number 7, the final step in pre-production is you want to go ahead and make your schedule. Okay. You want to figure out the schedule for the movie, whether you want to do it in 30 days, you want to do it in 60 days or what have you. You get that schedule together. Of course, you got to get the locations and the timing right and all that stuff. And then once you got your schedule together, time for the fun stuff. You can start filming. All right. And make a movie magic. All right, so that's it. Those are my 7 easy steps in pre-production, guys. Thank you for joining me. Join me again next time. If you like content like this, you want to see more stuff like this, please like this video, subscribe today.